I'm feeling emotional, everybody. I'm feeling, Akaash is right. I'm in my feelings. I don't like people saying New York is done. I don't like all this New York is done shit. And I realize what it is. This making me so emotional, as you say, getting me so annoyed. I don't think men like to say we're emotional. You know, Charlamagne will say it now.
Yeah.
But he's really in touch with shit.
Yeah.
I'm not that in touch. I'm annoyed. I'm angry and I'm pissed off. Those are words that men are allowed to use. Charlotte, bring it back. Bring it back, Charlotte. Okay? This New York is done shit is pissing me off. I'll tell you why. Because no New Yorkers are saying New York is done. It's yuppies that are saying New York is done, and it's people who moved to New York that are saying New York is done, and they're trying to justify the fact that they abandoned this city that they were using to get rich in. Okay? No New Yorkers are saying New York is done, and no New Yorkers are leaving New York because we can't. This is where the fuck we live. And it pisses me off that there are these like super rich dudes that have the ability to just fly and go to Miami, the ability to go to the Hamptons, Jerry Seinfeld included. I know he wrote like a cool piece where he was like roasting and like getting at James Al Tucker, but fuck Jerry. Jerry is not even a New Yorker.
Can't you just give a man some flowers? Can't you just let the man defend New York? He's on your side.
Nope. He's not on my side. He's like, I'll never abandon New York. Where are you writing this article from? The Hamptons. Shut up. You abandoned New York the second it got a little sketchy. You left, took your family to the Hamptons. Okay? And also, you're from the Upper West Side. You're not even from the Upper West Side. You're from Long Island, but you spent your whole life in the Upper West Side. That's Connecticut. It's not New York. Nobody in New York would call. That's Connecticut. Come on, that's Connecticut, bro. I'm sorry, it's Connecticut. You think New Yorkers are like, listen, the real New York is on 72nd and Broadway.
If you're Jewish, it is.
Exactly.
Watch when you get that nice Central Park view. You could be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in New York. This is the real New York."
I grew up on Central Park. I'm listen. I'm born on the Upper East Side, moved to the Upper West Side, but I spent my life in the East Village. Okay. What I'm saying is,
so you haven't spent your whole life in New York?
I have spent my whole life in New York.
Jerry, a New Yorker.
Jerry spent his whole life in Long Island.
Wait, he spent the majority.
He came
of
to
his
New
life.
York for the opportunity to have a career, right?
And
I can't say
best sitcom of all time.
Say again.
And then creted the best sitcom of all time.
Anyway,
fantastic, yo.
Anyway, so I understand. Anyway, so you guys can defend it. It's just so I don't know. Jerry just annoys me. Wipe your butt. Say a curse word, you. Do you know what I mean? Just say a curse word. You're a fucking 70-year-old man. Say shit. Wipe some shit off your ass. Grow up.
It's a New York Times article.
He's locked into 8 years old.
You can't cuss in a New York Times article. Because they gotta edit it if some shit, you know? I'm pretty sure you can't do it.
Man, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Point is this. I'm tired of yuppies saying New York is done. New York might be done for you guys. But New York is not made by yuppies, okay? New York is not made by motherfuckers from Maine that moved to New York or Vermont or Tennessee, okay? New York is made by New Yorkers. We make it hot. You come here because we make it hot. And when you move away because you can't handle the heat, that don't make it done. New people are gonna come in. This is skin that is being shed. This is what a lot of people don't realize about New York. All these motherfuckers that move to New York, see New York change a little bit, and then they go, oh, New York is different now. That's what New York does. When I grew up in the East Village, you lived with me in the East Village. Before you lived with me, the East Village was sex shops and drug dealers. By the time you lived with me, it changed to Japanese restaurants and boba tea. Maybe some frozen yogurt, right? In 10 years, it's going to be some other shit. That's what New York does. It's always changing.
I remember you saying this when we first started hanging out, that like you think you know what New York is, but it's this constantly evolving thing.
And you'd only be able to get that if you're from here.
Yeah.
Especially Manhattan. Manhattan has so much turnover, right? Like I understand there's certain like parts of the city, like that's another thing that pissed me off about Jerry. Jerry doesn't realize New York has 5 boroughs. He's only talking about Manhattan as if the people outside of Manhattan don't exist to him. Cause they don't. He does not consider that New York, just like I don't consider the Upper West Side New York.
Also, until you got a studio in Brooklyn, I didn't really hear you saying too many good things about the other boroughs.
What do you mean?
You are a Manhattan guy through and through.
Yeah, just like Brooklyn people are like, Brooklyn.
Exactly.
You rep your home team. That's what you do. People
That's
from
what
Queens
Jerry's
rep it.
doing. He's repping his fucking team. He Manhattan.
Where's Jerry from?
Who knows?
Long Island. Shut up. Okay? So he's repping whatever team that he thinks he's in. And what I'm saying is your team is not reflective of New York. It's the least culturally diverse place in all of New York City. And the whole thing about New York is how culturally diverse it is. So I don't even consider like, oh, how am I not going to get my city back? The city is much bigger than that. And also, if you're from Brooklyn, you should rep Brooklyn. If you're from the Bronx, you should rep the Bronx. I'm not saying Diaz and Merrill got to rep Manhattan. I don't know where Merrill lives. Merrill might live in Jersey by now.
But yeah.
Yeah, but you still rep BX, right? If imagine Merrill's out there going, nah, Jersey's not dead. You'd be like, shut up, you from the Bronx. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So the point is, all these people that are making these like crazy claims, Al Toucher too, making these crazy claims. Now I know he's an alarmist. He likes to like do clickbaity type shit. And he did it. He got it. He got everybody talking about it. But everything, he has like serious facts in his article. Both of them full of shit. Everything in Al Toucher's article is full of shit. We'll go through piece by piece. I read it again last night and I was like, this guy's really full of shit. Bring up any of the things he said.
No, the thing I thought was full of shit was he had an excerpt from somebody who lived in New York 10 years and was like, it's not the same. I'm a lifelong New Yorker. I've been here 12 years. I will not say I'm a lifelong New Yorker. I don't know what the years is, but I got to be here 30, 35, over half my life.
This is
then
how
I'm a New Yorker.
This is how you know you're a New Yorker. It used to be if you're here 10 years, you're a New Yorker.
Nah, bullshit.
This is how you know you're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
When shit gets a little sketchy and you don't move out.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
If you move out the second shit gets sketchy, you're not a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Your blood is not here. Your heart is not here.
Yeah.
We're here through and through. I was saying this yesterday to Alex, but it's like, people are like, oh, it's about to be dangerous in New York. If you spent your whole life in New York and you get robbed, you didn't learn nothing. Okay? If you spent your whole life in New York and you get robbed, you either got set up by your doorman, okay? Set up by someone at your, and that happens. Don't act like it don't happen. You got set up by your doorman.
Your first example is your doorman.
Hell yeah. The doorman don't live in the neighborhood.
It's not
You know what I mean? Like, the doorman will get you. You better tip that motherfucker for Christmas. You got set up by your doorman or you got set up by somebody at your work. You're not just getting robbed regular. Like, you have some spider senses for if you're about to get robbed or if you're about to get fucked up. People say this all the time. Oh, they crossed the street when they saw this group walking. Yeah, sometimes you got, hey, keep it a buck.
That's facts.
Sometimes you cross the street.
That's facts. If you're on a train late night, is only one other person out there, you get off.
Bye.
Get off, go to the next car.
You see somebody moving in between the cars on the subway? You ever see that shit happen?
Yeah.
That happened for two reasons. There's a homeless person that smells like shit you didn't realize until you got in the car, okay? Or you see some shady things that might be going on, and you realize I got to go to a car with a little bit more traffic in there in case it gets real.
Would crossing the street really help though? If you're walking down the street, there's 4 dudes walking towards you. You're alone on the street, like
It makes it certain they're coming for you.
What
So
race are they? Because if they're black, it don't matter. You done.
Because there's the thing. The crossing the street is wild disrespectful, right? But this is what it does. If you're walking down the same street, you're just walking into the person that's going to rob you.
Yeah.
You're going to work for this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember once I had this little electric scooter way back in the day, right? It was called Zappy. And I'm scooting, right? And there's these dudes at the end of the block, right? Right? Now everybody got electric scooter. But these dudes at the end of the block, they're like, yo, that shit is fire. I love that electric scooter.
Hell
That shit
no.
is fire. I was like, it is, ain't it? Son, these dudes, luckily I literally live right across the street. These dudes literally, as I got in the building, I had to type a key code to get in. It was a key code. I had to type the key code to get in the building. I closed the door. They're knocking. Yo, let us ride it. Let us try it. I'm like, man, come on, bro. If you don't get the fuck out of here. So you learn these things. We're equipped for this. We're built for this.
Yeah.
My dumb ass, I think I was like 13. I had one of those motor scooters and I was on the block. Everybody was on the block. It was like, oh, that's just fine. That's fine. So I'm letting motherfuckers get rides right after. They would just go up and down the block. One dude just hit a left and kept it booking.
Let me tell you how
You ever
disrespectful.
saw that scooter again?
I did, but we caught him like 2 miles away. Like we
Oh, you
went
got it
after-
back?
Yeah.
Son,
We
you-
hopped in a car and went after them.
Okay, I respect that because this is how fucking audacious New York is. When you steal something from someone in New York, you're gonna see them again. It's small.
Yeah.
That's the thing about New York. This is the most brave robbers you ever seen in your life. I remember when I was a kid, Upper West Side, where Jerry lived. Right?
harsh New York.
Harsh New York, Upper West Side. We're at this park, right? My dad going to play basketball at this park, right? I want to go get a drink or something like that. So my dad was like, "You guys want to keep playing with the basketball?" Right? to the kids in the park, right? My dad does the right thing. It's the only basketball so they could play with it. We left. We come back. Them kids ain't fucking there, right? Ain't nobody
Son,
playing
Upper West
basketball.
Side is rough, huh? Shit is real.
I know, yo, it
Upper
might be
West,
real.
yo.
Jerry's good. Jerry abandoned that shit. It might be too thugged out for him. So next day we come back, right? Brand new basketball. We go. We see the same kids there playing with a basketball. They just got writing all over it. So I go, yo, I think that's my basketball, but with writing all over it. And they're like, nah, it's totally different. Yours, I don't know what yours looked like, but it wasn't like this. This had writing all over it. These motherfuckers just graffitied my ball and act like it was their ball.
That's why you
That's
hate
why-
graffiti.
Yo, that's childhood
It all
PTSD.
comes from childhood trauma. Charlamagne is right.
Yo, you know what, Charlotte? You right, man. I'm a little emotional right now. Thinking about it. All I'm trying to say is, it's like, look, you are gonna
so
learn.
bad because I've done that to somebody.
Yes.
Wait,
No.
I've been the person who takes
Son.
the ball right on it.
You took a ball
Let
to
me tell you,
the
this is what people don't realize, like why you learn these certain skill sets.
I'm a
Like,
piece of shit.
bro, in New York, I took my boy. He's
Did
from
you
Brooklyn.
steal his ball? What's going on?
Let me tell you, this is some real shit. I took my boy. He's from Brooklyn, right? He's hanging out with me, okay, in my neighborhood. Okay, there's a deli a block away from my apartment on Astor Place. There's a deli on like 9th Street and 4th Avenue.
I know that.
You know the
Yeah,
deli,
yeah.
right?
Bullies.
Well, different one, but it's on 4th, not Broadway. So we go into this deli. This is my boy in my neighborhood, but he's not from my neighborhood, so he thinks he's in a foreign land.
Okay.
Okay? We're in the deli. I see this guy start to look around and shit in the deli. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? You know, like, you know your dog's about to shit, but you see him looking at shit before he shits, right? So he starts looking around. I go, what's going on now? Hey, I'm like, hey, what you doing? And he looks at me, kind of smiles. He takes the whole Snickers box and runs out the deli. And he goes, Schulz, let's go.
Let's go.
I know this guy. I got to chase after my friend for the Snickers for the guy I go get bacon, egg, and cheese every day from.
That's hilarious.
But that's
Oh my god.
am I wrong? Once you're out of your little borough,
Yup. Son, we would go out of, like, I grew up in Queens. We would go out of Queens and then, like, usually to the city.
it's fair game.
I was part of the people who made Times Square not a good place
Dangerous.
to go.
But you learn about this shit, so
Yeah.
you learn these fucking skills. So we're not worried about that.
Well, can you explain why one person on the train's a bad idea? I still don't get why you
Son,
should
there's
move.
no cameras, there's no nothing, and it's a long time between stops.
I'll be
Some of this
honest.
shit, I feel
two
like-
people on a train is worse. Like 2 people and you is worse.
What?
Do they know each other?
Yeah, if 2
Oh,
people
hell
know each
yeah.
other and it's
Yeah,
you,
if it's a group and just me, I'm out.
Yeah.
I feel like some of this
But
is
even
just
one-on-one,
you have to
you
also,
don't have to
even if
fight.
New York is safe now, coming from maybe just a bubble of Dallas, we grew up with Texas, what New York was. So I've always kind of had a heightened like
Sense of-
yeah. I remember I was walking late at night by the projects in Williamsburg, like as it was gentrifying, but these kids crossed the fucking street and then started walking behind me, and then I just pulled out my phone and pretended like I was making a call or some shit just to seem like whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, I fucking hope this works, because if they realize they can rob me very easily, it's done. But that was enough to make them turn around. But it's like you just gotta have your fucking radar up. Any big city, I think.
especially this city. Why? What do you?
I'm just not
concerned
good
about?
at this shit, bro.
Son, don't trust people. Somebody one time asked
Son,
me.
remember when we were in, I think, Chicago?
Oh yeah,
Son,
This guy's
dude
crazy.
comes up to Mark. He's like, yo, what
But
time
first
is
of all,
it or some
he
shit?
got a half of a biscuit hanging
yeah,
off
this-
his fucking face.
Yeah.
His biscuit crumbs all over his beard.
Homeless
And he's
motherfucker,
Homeless as fuck. Asking Mark what time it is, like he got somewhere to be. This crazy motherfucker don't even got a napkin. He don't got a job.
Yeah.
He did another.
Mad close to Mark, right up on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was almost, he was just waiting for Mark.
But this
to
is
pull that shit.
instinctual.
Pull out his phone. Somebody
Yep.
try that to me.
But this is instinctual, right? Mark's dumbass that didn't grow up with this shit.
You could say caring and thoughtful ass.
You could. I wouldn't describe it in that way. Mark's dumbass goes and he's like indulging this dude that's about to take advantage of him in some way, shape, or form. We don't know exactly how, but how. After the whole interaction, I go to Al. I go, yo, did you think it was, oh, yeah, it was about to go down immediately. But that's spider sense shit.
Okay, can we acknowledge what you guys did in
What
that
we
moment?
do?
You thought I was going to die, right?
Nah.
You thought I was going to get stabbed or lose my
You thought it was
phone?
about to go down.
I mean, it was possible.
And what did you guys do? And what did both you
I
guys
was
do?
close enough to get your phone back in case you started running.
No, you did not.
But if
Both
he
you
was
guys
gonna-
turned and walked away and tried to go buy a fucking Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Yo, it was the height of Popeyes
That
being. It
Popeye
was
chicken sandwich, though. You
guys left me.
We had looked through like multiple different Popeyes locations. It was sold out everywhere. Probably from that motherfucker got the biscuit all over his face. He ate all the goddamn chicken sandwiches. You don't know what's gonna happen.
We went to like 3 different places.
And
for
Mark
that
sounded
sandwich,
mad
though.
racist. Like he's trying to like establish rapport with the black dude. Mark's like this white country boy. And he's like, "Do you know where the Popeyes chicken sandwich places are?"
you trying to-
Mark just asking random black people where Popeyes are at in Chicago.
Bro, I'm the Anthony Bourdain of homeless black dudes, okay? I got this. I can communicate. But I'm being serious, though. I don't know how to deal with, like, actually navigating that kind of shit.
And yo, you're gonna learn the hard way. And I mean that. That's the only way you learn it. That's what I'm saying. I think somebody had a joke back in the day about this. I forget exactly who it is. It's like in New York, if you see a New Yorker like do something prejudiced, you gotta, like a New Yorker,
Yeah.
do something prejudiced, don't jump to assumptions yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think you gotta match his prejudice, and you gotta just fucking copy that.
No, I'm saying like if you see like the Indian dude like follow the kids around a store, don't be like, oh, he's so racist, whatever. Be like, nah, he might have seen those kids steal some shit. I'm telling you,
this shit happened to my girl where
What
she
happened?
was walking down the street. This is like the height of the Black Lives Matter protests in New York.
Yeah.
We like we're walking around. She's walking alone, and she'd never been catcalled before.
Yeah,
Like, we
yeah.
grew up in fucking Orlando. Like it never
Yeah.
happened. There's like
So
highways.
adorable.
Yeah, she'd never been catcalled. So some guy was like, "Hey, yo, where you going?" And it's like some black dude sitting on the stoop, and she walks past him and is like, "Oh shit, is he like a volunteer?" I swear to God, this is what she told me. The most naive, cute shit ever. She goes, "Oh, maybe he's got like a pamphlet or like a flyer. I don't want to seem racist."
Am I marching in the wrong way?
Yeah, she was like so concerned. Like she had like a little bit of white guilt. Like, oh fuck, like I can't just like ignore this guy.
She was dipping out the march early. That's what it was.
She turned around and went and talked to him.
No.
And the guy was like, "Yo, can I get your number? Like, you want to hang out? Like, we can like just chill." And she was like, "Oh, never mind." And then walked the other way, just back to where we were. Like, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to walk home alone." We're in
That's
Williamsburg,
the
mind
thing
you.
about being white is you're always afraid to look racist. I was in fight. I had some black kid ask me for directions. I started giving him. He's like, "Can you check on your phone?" And I was like, "Don't have one." That's what that is.
Son, we've
It's
been
just us two here. I am very robbable. I don't have a phone.
When we were in middle school, actually, Al, you were probably in elementary school at that point in time, but like there was a thing going around. You're young, but this is why it gets ingrained. When someone asks you what time it is, you
Yeah.
got the time. You look down, you're watching, then they slice your face open with a box cutter.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. That's
But we
wild.
had. That's why when I hear people like New York is dangerous now, and I'm like, you fucking pussies. Like we had our principal tell a bunch of 12-year-olds, don't give people the time.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you like listening right now, like, well, don't they have a phone? This is before everybody just had a smartphone. Like you were using a watch to tell the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the $1.50?
Yeah, but that story got way bigger than what it was. It was like one area of Brooklyn where it was like a
Gang initiation. Around
thing.
Halloween.
And so it happened to like 3 people, and then it was like, oh my God, all around the city, people again. And 3 people's more than it should happen to. But I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is like
was-
that's the type of shit that like your
But that's what you
principal
gotta be
is
prepared
telling
for.
the
Yeah.
people in
I
school.
never had to be
I
prepared for
remember,
that.
I got told
Yeah.
in school too.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
crazy.
like if you
And
grow
don't
up with
wear
it,
red on Halloween.
Yeah,
It
you
was
couldn't
mad
wear-
shit.
Son, the idea of not giving someone the
That-
time, this is how safe the suburbs in the South are. Not giving someone the time is unthinkable. How unfriendly are you?
That's
Yeah.
absurd.
like you're a monster.
My high school, we had an assembly because a kid put a goldfish in the urinal.
and people just pissing on the goldfish.
Yeah, and that was the extent of
That's
our.
how you get that shit golden, though.
That was the extent of what our like high school troubles were. That's what our principal warned us about.
Bro, we would have kids bring guns to school. Like, it's just the weirdest. I remember this kid once brought a gun, but he didn't bring the whole part of it. Like, he was missing, like, the top part that goes, like, click, click. Like,
Yeah.
he just had the handle of the gun, and he's,
Wanna
like,
let you
in his
know.
back pocket. I don't know what he wanted to do. And I was like, where do you get that part? Like, it's
He just brought it in for show and tell. So like,
bro, it was weird.
one
Did
of
you
the
guys-
schools I went to had metal detectors.
Did you guys have lockdowns or like code reds or any of that shit?
Nah, that's your generation.
My school had a policy where if there was like a crime, like a breaking crime or like a criminal on the loose within like 5 or 10 miles of the school, they locked the whole school down.
Really?
So there would be like a bank robbery that happened like across town.
Yeah.
And our school had to lock all the doors. Everyone had to like get under the desks.
Oh, really?
Because of a bank robbery?
Yeah.
I can understand that kidnapping shit, but like that's much more like suburbs.
But like criminal on the loose, like within 10 miles or some shit.
Oh, I never had that.
Nah, that's crazy.
But I'm realizing in New York, if you had a fucking lockdown every time a criminal was within 3 miles of the school,
Yeah.
it'd be always locked down. Like there's always crime
A
happening.
little too much activity.
So here's what I think it is. I think New York.
Watch how you talk about New York, son. Watch your mouth, son. Only we can disrespect New York.
New York isn't dead. The New York boom might be dead temporarily.
Yeah, so look,
20 years, who knows?
that's what bothered me about the Al Toucher article, right? Is like he acted like since New York isn't constantly inflating its own economy and pricing the people who live here out, that is dead. And it's like that's not how it works. Everything is an ebb and flow, right? And the way I look at this, like honestly, the way I look at it, it's like a blessing in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Right? Because like we had some old it's like a snake. That's what New York is a fucking snake. Okay? And it's shedding its skin, and the old gotta go. There's no reason why Jerry should be living in New York. There's no reason why James should be living in New York. You guys are built for the suburbs. That's what it's for you, right? New York is for the young. It's for the hungry. It's for the hustlers. Like, I'm telling you, I'm saying this right now, and I guarantee there are people in New York that are thinking this exact same thing. New Yorkers, don't get me wrong, there is economic insecurity, but this is a hustle city. There are people here already finding ways to make money. Like, people had printed Obama is the new president t-shirt before he won. They were waiting on Times Square ready to sell those fucking shirts. Like, this is the hustle city. So people are going to find a way to get money in New York.
Yeah.
They're going to find a way to take advantage of it. And like, I'm looking through that article, and he said, because I wrote a couple things down, he was like, the Time Life building is empty. This what do you say? The Rockefeller Center is empty. Like, good. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to Rockefeller Center. Like, there's so many more interesting places to go check out in New York City besides Rockefeller Center or the fucking Time Life building.
Dude, I think the point to this is that like New York had so much like deep culture, and it had like authentic New York like people living here, and it was these kinds of people that moved in and killed New York in the first
Yes!
place. If New York was dying, it was from these yuppies moving in.
Yes!
You know what's weird
fucking up the
is
culture.
he is those kinds of people, but he's a New Yorker.
Who?
Al Toucher.
Oh, I'll touch that.
Yeah, no, he is a New Yorker, and I give him that. But at the same time, he is also representing those like hedge fund douchebags and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is what people don't realize. Like, when you talk about the New York real estate market, we talk about this all the time. Like, you have perspective because you come from a place where you can buy a home for $175,000. A home.
A decent home.
Yeah.
175 back at least in the 2000s. Decent home.
You could get a decent home, right? So like New York's real estate market, they're like, oh, it's going down 20%. It's going down 30%. It's so inflated by people who aren't even living here, right? New York real estate, especially Manhattan real estate, was the most safe investment in the world. So what do people with money in countries that suck do? Take their money, they hide it in a building in New York, right? They buy some fucking apartments. You look at these apartment buildings, there was an apartment building right next to it, that big glass one where we were growing up, or when we were living together, near there, right? Half vacant. It was just Chinese people bought the apartments, never moved in.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens when people buy apartments and they don't even rent them? Now there's scarcity of apartments.
Yeah.
Those other apartments that are left cost way more.
Right.
Now us New Yorkers are being penalized because motherfuckers are hiding their money here. So now if it isn't as safe a bet to invest in New York, good.
Yep.
Why should we be penalized for making our city dope? Like, we make it cool. The artists, the entrepreneurs, the creatives come in here, make it fire. The chefs, the people that open a small, cool little restaurant, make a neighborhood hip. We make it fire. These yuppies come in because they want to take advantage of it. They ruin whatever neighborhood they come into, so we make another neighborhood cool, right? That's why we're in this neighborhood right now. Because the cool kids are continuing to move further out because that's the only shit they could afford.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
New York's not dead because people are leaving. It's dead because
People are coming.
Yeah.
These fucking nerds come in, right? And then when it's not comfy for these nerds to do their nerd shit no more or to take more money out of the city, right?
Yeah.
They say it's dead. The audacity for you to not be able to profit as much as you used to profit in the city
Yeah.
off of what we create. Now you say it's dead because you can't suck any more wealth out of it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
This shit been live.
It's a beautiful time, man.
I love
You're
it.
gonna have the rich move out, and you're gonna have the transplants also that can't take it in New York move
Bye.
out. Now New Yorkers will actually be able to take advantage of
And that-
New York
And you know what else is kind of nice?
for the first time.
I'm looking to move back in if I can. Again, my girl, suburb girl, I am too, but she's more scared of it.
Yeah.
But the nice buildings that these yuppies all got.
Ooh, rent's
they're-
going down.
Yeah. Now for a decent amount of rent, you can have a nice building in New York.
And I know some of y'all think about, but what about the landlords that own these places? That's me. I'm getting abused by this. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay. That's fine. This is the ebb and flow, the natural ebb and flow of the market. And if real estate prices need to come down, that's what the fuck needs to happen. If it's up to me, I'd rather New York with tons of young, cool, creative, hungry motherfuckers. Not some dude sitting on billions of dollars, just collecting interest and taking up all the reservations at the cool restaurants. You fucking the city up for us. So when you say New York is dead, that shit is insulting because it implies that New York is alive because of implants or transplants. It's never been that. Y'all have taken advantage of what we created. So if you want to beat it, fine, beat it.
Bye.
See ya.
Let me try to poke holes.
Please go.
New York is created by New Yorkers. I'm not a New Yorker. I won't take that from y'all. But the transplants do kind of provide like fresh blood. And having Wall Street and all these rich people does make it more lucrative to have the best restaurant in New York City. Because you know if you got the best restaurant in New York, it's a fucking thing because there's so many rich people who will pay so much money, etc. I think it all trickles down in that way.
New Yorkers don't go to the best restaurants in New York. We go to Ben's Pizza.
Then we go to the cool restaurants.
We go to
the hip ones.
Boom. We go to some random shit that's in a fucking food truck in an alley somewhere. We go to get the best. We go to Wohop and spend $40, you and your girl, on a meal.
Right.
Like, we've been going to the same place we always go to. Then the yuppies find out about it. Now we got to wait an hour. We got to put a reservation in this. We even can't even go because it's too busy. So we find a new spot. But we're not going to Cipriani. We're not parking a fucking silver Lambo in front of Cipriani. Matter of fact, if we went to Cipriani, it'd look corny. Like, if I'm walking by and you see me at Cipriani, you'd be like, oh, you changed.
Yep.
I would get criticized
Yep.
by my friends for going to that place. That place is built for yuppies to feel comfortable in a place they're not comfortable in.
Okay. That's fair. That makes sense. But let me ask you, just the new money. If you lose that, without rich people moving in, the New York economy, it's floated by that, isn't it?
It's
I don't know.
inflated by it.
I don't know if it's
I can
floated
see
by.
real estate being inflated, but outside of real estate, it's just a lot of money flowing in.
I think it's, I'll be honest with you, I think it's hurt by it.
Go ahead.
Because I think what really floats the New York economy, not inflates it, but what just makes it float is young consumers. Okay? If you have the 1%,
Right.
right, that has all the money, the 1% can only eat 3 meals a day, fam. Right? You can only go to Cipriani once a day. Right? You can only go and eat in these fancy restaurants once a day. I'd rather have the 99%, right, living in the city that are consuming 3 meals a day. That's way more consumption. You're moving out all the people that can afford shit and can pay for more things that actually buy stuff. You got to take the subway just to go shop at Acme or Acne, whatever that fucking store is. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather tons of middle-class people, lower-class people, upper-middle-class people that can consume all the time instead of a handful of rich people that can eat one restaurant. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. I got to tell y'all something. If you're new to this podcast, then you don't know. And if you're not new, then you do know. Hardest dicks on the planet come from one thing. It's called Blue Chew. We're not playing the games around here. It's the same active ingredients it's in Viagra, Cialis, all the same thing. If I was on the Blue Chew, I don't even think I'd be able to wear these shorts right now. They'd be pitched up, probably front of my dick coming out the short side piece thing. Am I looking straight down the camera barrel out?
You are?
Damn, it's probably uncomfortable for you guys at home.
It's uncomfortable for me.
It's uncomfortable for you too, just having dinner. Anyway, point is, Blue Chew. It's the hardest dick you can have in your life. If you want to make your girl feel good, you want to make your wife feel good, you want to impress that new chick you're dating, you cannot play around. You just chew it out. Simple as that. You chew it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you that shit for free. That's right. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's it. And you get the hardest dick your entire life for free. Ladies, if you're listening right now, make sure your man delivers the dick that you need, okay, for free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping, bluechew.com. Use the promo code Flagrant. That's a done deal. Let's get back to the show. All right, what's next, guys? obviously, look, we know there's a lot of shit going on. And sometimes there's stuff going on, like this Meg Thee Stallion thing. It has all the elements of something that you would want to care about. And I'm right, like that, and this is the problem with it, right? It's like everything about it, I should care about it, right? It's rappers, it's beef, it's someone got shot.
Someone is 5'3".
The guy is short, the girl is huge.
Yeah.
Right? You can't really call a girl huge.
Tall.
You could call her tits huge.
Well, okay, yeah.
Right? Like you got huge tits, and that's that whatever.
She
but
got
you
some
can't-
high ass tits.
high,
Yeah, tall,
high ass tits,
Tall tits.
tall tits.
Huge presence.
Even that. Even
huge
that.
presence sounds like a dig.
Yeah, huge Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying like their presents, like they're like
Like an aura.
like birthday presents.
Like the lingerie I bought for you, fucking it's like a sale, you fat bitch.
Yeah, I'm
It's like a parachute.
So the thing with this story is we've been trying to give a fuck about it. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I don't give a fuck about it, and I blame Tory's height. I mean this sincerely. I think there's something about how small he is, which makes me feel like even him shooting isn't as bad. Does that make sense?
He's defenseless.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
and I don't know, like I just don't feel like he could aim that good.
I think is also the feet is just such a weird Yosemite Sam ass way. Ain't he black Yosemite Sam? Ain't Tory Lanez? You think before he shot Meg, he shot straight down on the ground and lifted up in his Nikes? Ooh, you doggone it! And then he just started shooting at the fucking feet, and he
I
got
was
her.
thinking Elmer Fudd.
No. No, Yosemite Sam, the little cowboy with the
Yeah,
hat.
with the mustache and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Elmer Fudd.
I was thinking Elmer
I was
Fudd.
thinking Elmer Fudd too.
Yeah.
That's the one who goes after.
That's all, folks.
Yeah,
Wait, is
yeah.
that
No,
him?
that's the pig.
Yo, can you pull up a picture of Yosemite
Porky
Sam?
Pig.
This is if Tory Lanez was a cowboy. Man,
Who's the one who tries to shoot Bugs Bunny?
That's Elmer Fudd.
What's that one?
that's Woody Woodpecker.
Right? What'd he do? He was shooting black bitches?
Woody Woodpecker?
Yo, Tory, you can't be out here shooting these black women.
Yo, do you think you would care more if Tory shot another rapper that was a man?
Bro,
If he shot like Lil Wayne or some shit.
He should fight Lil Wayne. That's a fairer fight.
Yeah, they're
dude.
It's like midget wrestling.
Could Tory beat both of them up at the same time?
You mean could Meg?
Could Meg beat both Tory and Lil Wayne
Well,
at the
no.
same time?
If Lil Wayne and Tory got on each other's shoulders, then I think they could take her.
If they had to combine into one rapper.
Yeah, with like a big jacket or something.
That would be
If
fire.
they were the Transformers,
Yeah. I think
she Megatron out here, yo. She not to be fucked
I
with.
don't know why I'm not taking it as serious. Like if a rapper of normal height shot even at her feet, I think I would be like super offended by it. But there's something about how tiny he is, which makes it seem insignificant. Like I feel like maybe he was coming at her and then like she just grabbed his head and like kept him there. You know what I mean?
Swinging.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that was it. I don't know exactly what it is. Why don't I care about this story? A man shot a woman. That should be enough. Mm-hmm. Right?
I think.
Right?
think so.
Why is this not serious to me?
Nah, it's serious.
But it's not. It's not. Da-da-da-da-da. Right?
Nah, he should be deported and all that, but I don't know. You're right. Emotionally.
There's something. What are you going to do with him? Put him in a little bird cage?
Do you
You
think?
can't put him in jail. You got to put him in one of them little circle things and then she gets to carry that shit around all day. Do I think what, Mark?
Do you think that his career is done?
This is the weirdest thing. Usually if you're a rapper, you're involved in a shooting, it elevates your career.
Right.
But this could be the first shooting that actually hurts a rapper's career.
And Tory could use all the elevation he could get.
He could.
Do you think?
Because he's short.
Yeah, 5'3".
Do you think he's done forever? Is his career's over?
Yeah, he's done forever.
I
sure.
don't know. Something happened,
We
bro.
thought Chris Brown was done forever, and we saw the pictures. That's what made it hit home more was pictures of a woman's face with Chris Brown. He wasn't done.
Actually,
Tory he's not as good as Chris Brown.
That's a good point.
Yo, who did something worse?
I thought Chris Brown was done.
So is shooting the ground near a girl's foot worse than punching a girl in the face?
I wanted to know that. Whose action was worse, Tory's or Chris Brown?
No.
Neither is okay.
If Tory was like, I literally was not trying to shoot her at all, like clearly I shot at the ground, okay? Because the front of the gun is mad heavy. Right?
Do you think when he shot, he launched back like a cartoon?
100%.
Yo, he actually made a very good case for gun control because they say your kids could get a hold of the gun and they could do damage.
Yeah.
That's what happened. The baby got the hold of the gun, yo.
That's true.
100%, bro.
Yo.
Nah, dude, there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with this here. But I almost, it kind of sucks that Chris Brown keeps getting brought in here because we're looking for something to equate it to.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I think shooting a girl's feet, near a girl's feet, isn't as bad as punching a girl in the face repeatedly.
Well, if he intended to shoot her feet, though, I think that's what it was. They were having a dispute in the car, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go walk back to where I'm staying." And he was like, "Nah, you're not walking anywhere." And then shot
that's
her
some
feet.
Mafia Don shit. That's wild. That's
the story I
That's
read.
some Joe Pesci shit.
Again, there's nothing to this story. This is the third time we've tried to talk about this
How about
story.
this?
No, how about this? Yo, Meg, Tory, stop being so boring, yo. Stop being so boring. Like, how do you have the juiciest story ever and it's mind-numbingly boring
Canadian
to talk
rappers,
about?
bro.
It's a Canadian rapper, bro.
Yeah, that's
Stop
what
it with this rah-rah thug shit.
Yeah.
Get emotional. That's the theme of this podcast. Get emotional. And Meg Thee Stallions. Stop dating short guys. How is Meg Thee Stallion not with a fucking tall human
Waka
being?
Flocka.
Waka Flocka's tall enough. Luca Doncic.
Oh, yo, he gave her that
Luca
Doncic.
Doncic need to save Meg Thee Stallion.
Yo,
Yo.
that
Yeah.
would be so ill.
That would be,
That's
Montrezl Harrell need to shut his mouth forever, bro.
Yo, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he looks like a breed of he looks like an actual stallion. And if Luca takes the one appropriately named person for Montrez away from him, bro.
Took his prize pony, yo.
Took his prize pony. Dog, I'm telling you.
I think Tory had the fastest fall off of anyone I've ever seen in my life.
I
think
didn't even
he's
know
done.
he climbed, yo.
2020, he had the highest climb
Bro,
and decline.
Quarantine radio was huge. He was in a hot tub with Kylie Jenner and Meg Thee Stallion. And now he's like the biggest bum of the rap world and might never make music again.
But he's fire at making music. He got to put out a song, yo.
And during this time, he got independent.
Son.
So he got independent at the height of his career.
And then fucked up the whole shit. That's why there could be a little conspiracy theory going on here. There could be. It really could be. But seriously, it's mind-boggling how this is boring. And it's got
Is it fun
all
to
the
talk about the
elements.
snitching angle? People are saying she snitched and she shouldn't have.
And then all these people like, yo, gangsters, shut up. I'm tired of y'all with your fucking rules about
That's what I'm
snitching, yo.
saying.
We're fucking, what's the rule, yo? Can't y'all get a constitution like America? You nerds. Well, technically, if you're a civilian, then you're allowed to snitch and she's not part of this. Shut up. Shut up. That shit didn't apply when you were killing motherfuckers that were civilians that were snitching on you. Right? The second a civilian is snitching on you for killing somebody in the neighborhood, all of a sudden they get killed, right? You're not like, well, they're a civilian. That's what they're supposed to do is go to the cops. True or false, Al?
Ooh.
That's true.
Point
True or
has
false, Al?
validity.
That's a true statement.
It's valid.
I like some consistency from my gangsters. I would like that. Tired of this shit. Every gangster feel like they got to talk about it.
The code is a civilian is allowed to snitch.
But then they kill
They
all the
get killed.
motherfucking civilians.
I mean, I don't see that happening. I'm sure it's just like word of mouth type of thing. Isn't that like more of a mob type of situation?
You don't think that happens on the streets?
No, I think like the mob does that, but I don't see too much like in the hood. But then again, I'm not in the hood, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know. All I'm saying is all these motherfucking gangsters were like, 6ix9ine not a real gangster, 6ix9ine not a real gangster. And then he did some not a real gangster shit. And they're like, oh, now he's a rat. He's a snitch. It's like, you said he wasn't real. And then he did the shit that not real gangsters do. So why you mad?
Yeah.
And now you defending Meg Thee Stallions.
Yep.
Yo, y'all are boring. Not y'all. Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, bro. Y'all got a damn near duel. You had a fucking duel. You had a shootout.
Yeah, they went full Hamilton on it.
They went full Hamilton.
Now only one of them had guns though.
Well, that's what happened with
I'm
Hamilton, right?
I'm not talking about Troy. I'm talking about Meg's biceps, yo. She packing heat.
I really feel bad that Meg hasn't been able to spin this shit. You see all this dead air?
Yeah.
God damn, bro.
She was more interested in talking about her wet ass pussy.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's something. No. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. We have an actual shooting. What is happening in America? There is a shooting that is involving famous people. And we can barely fill 5 minutes of conversation about it without everybody in the room just going, we're fucking bored.
Yeah, guys.
Nothing to say.
Yeah. I mean, deport him, sure, but like
6ix9ine is the GOAT.
Oh my God.
6ix9ine is more entertaining
From his
getting on
fucking
his
room.
private jet from his fucking room than Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion in a fucking shootout. 6ix9ine is the fucking GOAT. Think about it, bro.
Yeah, he's locked in his fucking house.
Locked in his house, 3 music videos. Meg Thee Stallion hasn't even written a diss song about the guy that shot her. Get to work. Put down the carrot. For real, it's literally, I don't know what to say. I cannot believe it. There's a certain point in time where you gotta deliver. She did that one Instagram live,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No album release, no song, nothing. I think some of her friends has some verses for Tory, right? Tokyo Jets or whatever like that. Do you know who that is? The Rest of the City Girls?
Oh, yeah.
there's more than one?
Say what?
I didn't know there was more than one.
The City Girls.
got-
Bro, it's plural in
Son,
the
it's
name,
plural,
bro.
son.
So I thought you were just talking about her like squad or whatever, like the Nicki fans.
Boys to Men was more than one guy.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
I know it's more than one rapper, son. She got a whole stable
See
out
how
there.
boring it is? Motherfuckers don't even look that shit up, bro. Something's off. I need Lil Duval on the case. Lil Duval needs to help that girl out, bro. You got to turn this into something good.
I think she's done with short dudes for a while.
You think?
I don't think she's going to go do that.
She don't even want to hear about short dudes. Anyway, Luca, take that down, bro. Both of you got bummed ankles. Y'all could just heal up together. Use probably the same size sneaker. Use the same fucking ankle brace. Fit both of y'all for real. And be more interesting. Tory, say something.
Tory ain't saying nothing.
He ain't saying shit.
Tory's an idiot, bro. He shot this chick for no reason.
What a fucking dummy, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
What a
Like,
fucking dumbass, yo.
This is the problem with short dudes, is that this one girl tries to walk away from him, and he's like, nah, I'm going to shoot you. That was his solution.
Al, as a Puerto Rican, you've probably experienced those emotions. Is that a normal thing?
No, I've never experienced
No,
those
he's the
emotions.
one walking away.
That usually happens
Yes.
in his life. That being said, Latinos are very, very rambunctious when it comes to rejection. Have you ever been rejected?
I have. plenty of
And
times.
were you rambunctious?
Not to the point of shooting a woman.
But did you get Puerto Rican on it? Did you make it a whole fucking outside debacle?
Did
Puerto
I
Ricans
salsa
take the
and
breakup
eat rice and
outside.
beans? Yes, I might have. I made myself
Not
feel
salsa,
better.
rice, and beans. Did you take the breakup to the streets? Because that's how the Latins do it.
Nah.
Latins be taking the breakup to the middle of the street.
Walk out on the wife beater.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yo,
my cinnamon apple.
that's a good point.
Nah, that dude was black, right? He must have some Dominican in it.
Yo, that's another New York tip that I don't know. What do you do in that situation? Because this happened like the 4th or 5th time to me,
What, the outside breakup?
where I see an outside breakup and the girl's like, help, someone help me. Hey, you, the gay guy with the bun. Can you call someone?
Oh, that's a tough situation to be
What
in.
are you supposed to do?
You gotta help her, but just you might get fucked up. It's just casualty.
Listen, you never interrupt the breakup.
What do
right?
you do?
Nah,
I saw
you
one.
Never
interrupt, yes.
What's the worst can happen? Girl gets shot in the foot.
Oh man.
I'm being serious. What do you do? I was walking down the street. This girl was like, help, he stole my phone. And the guy's like, no, she downloaded Hinge. She's cheating on me.
Oh yeah. And now you're just.
I'm
No.
like,
If you
do
think
I-
it's physical danger, you got to do something.
Well,
What you gonna do with a guy who's willing to hit a woman in public?
Somebody just call the cops.
you gotta
That's
take
what I
that.
say.
That's the line. Somebody just call the cops.
I say someone call the cops, and then the dude is usually like, all right, thanks, fam. And then you kind of like befriend the fucking abuser.
wait,
The fucking abuser to save the girl. You saving the girl.
wait. So
You
what
gotta
do you do?
manipulate him.
You just say someone called
You
the
say,
cops.
yo, someone just called the cops, man. Y'all should chill out. They're
You
coming
don't
on
know
the
it's
way.
you. You say someone.
Yeah. Yo, some pussy just called the cops.
How would you
Sorry,
know
bro. I know you was finna beat her up or whatever. I did that to a girl and a guy.
What?
They were arguing on the street. And the annoying thing about the street arguments, this is the annoying thing about the street arguments, they're back together the next day every single fucking time.
Yeah.
Every single street argument I ever seen in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
big old fucking calamity. Next day, walking down the street, eating Mr. Softy. Together.
But Mark,
I-
get in between the guy and the girl.
Don't get in between a man willing to hit a woman on the street, Mark.
Just-
If he's gonna hit a woman, he'll kill me.
Son,
Yeah, but just be like, yo, it ain't worth it,
Nah,
and then bring up the cop stuff.
Can I
Like, yo, I think
can
the
I
cops
tell you?
What
Can
if
I
I'm
be
really-
honest, Al? You gonna get him killed. Let me tell you why. That man wants to hit that woman.
He'll die a hero.
I don't.
Key of the city type shit. You want to go out like that?
You're not even king of the city. We never remember that guy.
Nah,
no.
you get the key.
You don't
No,
remember the
you
guy.
don't.
You get the key. If
Who's
you
the
die
king of-
protecting a woman, you get the key to the city. So.
What? You
What
can't
good
get
is
in.
the key gonna do? Yeah, you can't
can
unlock
argue where
nothing.
you want. Wait, you get the battery tunnel, early access. What the fuck?
You
What
get
the fuck is the key gonna do, bro?
That's that master key. You get it.
That's the
everywhere.
key to what?
Is it like an easy
To
pass?
Epstein's mansion.
Right now, gyms are closed. You can go in any gym. All to yourself.
Oh, shit.
Let me tell you why
Master
you
keys,
do not get in the middle.
Get in the
that
middle,
man
Mark.
is so angry.
Yeah.
He is about to hit a woman in public, but he knows the scrutiny that comes with that action.
Taboo that comes with that.
Exactly.
Ah.
He is looking
But you know who could
for
hit?
someone else to be the punching bag. Yes, you. So you have to befriend that man. You have to
Throw the first punch.
in order. Whoa,
Is that what you meant?
Actually, that might work.
Nah.
That might work.
That's
I mean,
assault,
punch
that's
him.
assault.
I mean, punch him. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not gonna like just gang up. Be like, yo, what did she do?
Get her. Nah, that shit is, you got to be careful in those environments. Al, you're not stopping none of that shit. Get out
Yeah,
of
I
here.
do.
Stop it, bro.
Son, I do. I have.
You not separating.
Then I saw a dude like in Shorty's face, and I stepped in. Yo, chill out. It's not worth it. Chill out. All that shit. And then you bring up the police, so he'll.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not worth it is a very important line. That's something that you got to tell people. We've all stepped in. There's a difference between stepping in and going, how the fuck you gonna talk to a girl like that?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying stepping on some aggressive. You gonna fuck him up.
Exact-
But stepping on
I
some
did
protect
that
the woman.
for my neighbor, but I could tell from his accent he was South Indian, and I was like, I got that motherfucker. Bang, 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 bang.
So wait, your neighbor was fighting with his girl?
I heard this yelling, and it was like, I know it. You know what I mean? I know it too well. And I stopped for like a minute outside the hallway, and then this guy walks by me, and we both kind of stop. And I'm like, yo, do we need to do something? He was like, I don't know, man. And they just walked off, and I was like, all right. And then I hear... And then I was just like, I gotta do something. So I bang on the door. Then I hear scurrying footsteps to the bathroom. Door closed, locked. He opens the door, chest heaving. He mad little. So I'm bold now. I'm just like, what the fuck you doing to your wife? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, oh, no, what the fuck you doing to your wife?
That's
And then he said, where do you live? I said, don't worry about where I live. This. And I said his apartment number. I was like, that's where the cops are coming. And then he's like, no, come inside. I'm like, get your fucking mind. I'm not going inside. The cops are gonna go inside. Don't worry about it. And then he starts yelling at me. I start yelling back. And then at that, it's done. I just
Fucking
know.
talking. That's how you handle that shit.
Did you call the cops though?
I did. I snitched. I'm a snitch.
I'd probably go in the apartment, bro. That's where I'd fuck.
Yeah, this dumbass woodwork.
I'd be like, yeah, I will investigate. Actually, that's a great idea. Now that you mention it.
And then you give him a reason to fuck you up because now you're inside his house. Yeah.
Yo, the cops said when they came to their apartment, they had like fled.
Really?
Yeah.
See, they go together.
And I see this guy all the time.
That should be pissing me off, bro.
I saw him that night with my girl, and then I'm like, fuck, now he was on my girl.
You think he looked at you like, man, I heard that shit from your fucking apartment? Why y'all acting like people don't yell,
Yo,
bro?
that's
Like,
good.
why you acting like voices ain't getting raped? That's
That's
good.
like, yo, real talk. That's why I waited for a minute, because I was like, it could just be Indians fighting, and we be yelling a
So
lot.
that's why he asked
Yo.
what apartment. Yeah. Because he was like, I've been heard that shit from 3Q.
That's good couples counseling, though. Is that neither of you guys are trying to call the cops on each other? You know what I mean? Like, both you guys are trying to mediate.
If
your
I
own
didn't
little
hear
thing.
that noise, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have been like, all right, I think it's just a fight. You know me, wait a minute or two and see.
He's going to
Then
call
I-
the cops on you guys. You're calling the cops on him.
Yo, can I tell y'all something?
Them passionately fucking.
Say what?
You know, in the argument, and you just start fucking.
If he came, I wish he came out naked. I'd have been so relieved, yo. Saw his uncircumcised ass
Would've been
dick. Just like, oh, y'all fucking okay.
You see a
but you
naked
come
guy
out
here.
fully clothed, chest even. There's something else going on.
He might beat you up then, bro. I don't know. If he walks out naked, you go, oh, thank God.
Yo,
Finally.
That's how you can tell neighbors ain't shit. Like, neighbors only care about themselves, right? Because, like, I've had neighbors complain about my dog barking, right? But I once scared the shit out of my girlfriend. She didn't know I was in the apartment, right? And she was just walking around, and I just jumped out, and she screamed at the top of her lungs. Bloody murder. Fuck, shit. Screaming. Neighbors didn't call down to the fucking door, man. Neighbors didn't care about this bitch's health. The second she stopped screaming, it was like, all right, we're good. I'm fine. Fuck neighbors, yo.
Yo.
Well,
you got to do that every once in a while. Keep your shorty sharp, son.
What you mean keep it sharp, Al?
Just make sure she can handle that situation. If you just hide and jump out on her.
Like what?
Al ever says about a relationship is straight out of the Tory Lanez school.
No. So she can defend herself. Make sure she's ready for a scenario.
What's she gonna do, bro, if some dude creeps up on her in the house already?
Like, if you start to prepare yourself for it, instead of just like screaming, then you like put your guard up or try to throw a punch or something.
So you're gonna teach her to be like, that's just Alexx.
Oh shit!
so when it actually happens,
All right, don't even worry about it.
Fuck,
I didn't think about that one.
yeah,
that is true.
I thought I was like a boxing coach and shit.
No, dude. Now she's not gonna be on her P's and Q's at all.
Fuck.
Oh my God, bro.
Now, to the neighbor's point,
Yeah.
with the neighbors criticizing you for your dog,
Yeah.
I kind of understand it.
Oh, yo,
Why?
Mark hates
You
your
want to know
fucking
why I
dog,
understand
dog.
it?
Why?
Mark hates your dog.
So
Why does he hate my
I've
dog?
never seen Mark hate anybody as much as
This
he
fucking
hates your
idiot
dog.
stepped in shit like a
okay,
retard.
all right. So
What a fucking idiot. What fucking adult steps in shit?
What do you mean
It's inside.
yeah, I know.
How stupid are you? I understand if it's on the street you step in shit, but how you don't see the shit inside?
All right.
Yo,
Of all the room, no, this is important. Of all the room, all the square footage in this studio,
Yep.
you stepped into one place
Yep.
where there's shit.
Okay.
So this
You
is
did
kinda
on
your
purpose.
fault. So this
How
is
is
kinda
it
You
your
did it
my
on
fault.
fault?
purpose. You
I-
saw the shit.
Okay,
And
so-
you fucking stepped in it.
So Andrew forced his girl to get a dog or something for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they have 2 dogs.
We do have 2 dogs.
And now
I
he's-
take Cookie to fucking work.
He's been bringing the shitty dog that smells weird into the
It
studio.
doesn't smell good.
The dog, you have a Joe Biden dog. You know that? Your dog is fully Joe Biden. It's dead on the inside and it smells and it's making everyone feel weird.
My dog's hair does look like Joe Biden. You can sit my dog on Joe Biden's head and it would look no different.
You got a Joe Biden ass dog and
I
it
do.
fucking smells up the whole fucking studio.
Okay.
And so now, and then there's pee pads everywhere.
Okay.
If you don't know what a pee pad is, basically like a trash bag with a fucking paper towel on it. That's full of pee for 3 fucking weeks and it never gets picked up ever.
I pick him up multiple times a day.
There's
I
just
pick him up
pee
multiple times
all
a
over the
day.
goddamn studio.
Yeah. Mark is upset, right?
And
Mark
then
is
this
upset.
morning,
he
I
would
reached-
be upset.
I reached the
Stepped in a-
tipping point.
Yeah. You did. Why'd you reach tipping
I reached
point?
the point. I'll take notes. All right? I reached the boiling point this morning because I opened the goddamn door after having a really hard day. Okay, it was 9:30 in the morning. I opened it up. My eyes were shut and tired and kind of crusty because I was sleeping.
Okay.
And then I opened up the door.
Yep.
And the second I opened up the door, I stepped 1 foot into the studio.
It was right up front.
Yeah. He got,
With awesome shoes, with really cool shoes that make me run fast. And as soon as I step in the studio, all of a sudden I squish and it's not studio ground. What is it, Andrew?
it's shit.
Yeah.
Now,
from,
can I
from,
t-
from
now-
who? From what animal?
From Cookie.
From Joe Biden dog.
Yeah,
That's-
from Joe Biden dog. Now, I also step in his shit.
It's a girl. Your dog's a girl.
They're all guys. All dogs
Give
are
my computer
guys.
back.
We know this shit. All dogs are guys. Okay. I also step in his shit. Did it go all over my shoe?
Yes.
No, it didn't.
What?
Yes, it did.
Yes,
No, it didn't.
I saw you walk into the bathroom with one shoe in your hand saying, I'm about to go clean it.
It didn't go all over it. It didn't go all over it because it went all over his stupid fucking shoe, fucking idiot. Mark.
Wait. Hold on. Who stepped on it first?
I did.
Okay, but this
I
is the thing.
did.
Son, how you step on shit that was shit?
What a fucking idiot.
How did he
How stupid is he?
Mark, this is on you.
He stepped in
How
shit.
dumb is he? I
not on
stepped
him
in
at
it.
all.
He stepped in
Yes,
shit.
it
is.
And then
It's
didn't
on
clean it
him.
out.
It just covered.
It's on him.
It just covered more of his shoe because you flattened it out by stepping on
Who
it and not
steps on
cleaning
shit
it.
and then
Who
doesn't
steps
clean it
on
up?
shit and doesn't clean it up?
How you step on
You.
shit again, though? It's
First of all, I
smushed
didn't know
already.
I stepped on shit. Okay, because
That's
I don't
dumb of you,
I don't
but-
step on shit and then smoosh it all over the place.
Wait, what?
This guy stepped on shit and then smushed it all deep down. You're not putting out a fucking cigarette.
I didn't
Your
thank
shit
you
was
like it.
wrapped all up around the side of the shoe. It
Yes,
was crazy.
'cause I have strong
it was like
legs.
a fucking boot.
Yeah, because I have strong legs. I step strong and
Mark
firm.
the Stallion.
I wish I got shot in the foot compared to what
It
happened
really
to me
looked
today.
like a shoehorn, dude. It was all wrapped around your fucking shoe. But that's your fault.
It's not my fault.
It
Okay,
is.
and I'll tell you.
Walk lighter.
I'll tell. No, I don't
Why do
tiptoe.
you walk so
I
heavy?
don't tiptoe like you.
It was on my heel.
I don't heel toe. You're like a little ballerina walking.
That's
in
what
here.
I was doing. All I'm saying is the shit ended up being all on your shoe. That's your fault. You should have known that.
So you stepped in shit, didn't clean up. Can I explain to you the second reason why this is the worst?
okay, I didn't know it was on there.
Is that I walked in.
Okay.
First off, I don't even think it was shit on your shoe. I think it was just dirt. And then after you saw me step in shit, you were like, "Oh, me too. That's crazy." And then you went and cleaned it. It was just like some random dark like dirt in your shoe. And you were like, "Whoa, both of us have shit in our shoe."
First of all, I didn't know I had shit on my shoe. You pointed out that I had shit on my shoe.
I was like, "Oh, did it happen to you
After
too?"
you were standing there like
And I
a
knew you
fucking retard with shit all over your shoe. You just want someone else to have shit on your shoe. So you're like, oh, you got some dark shit. And then so that you didn't feel
Yeah.
so stupid, I was like, oh, I also have some shit on my shoe. Exactly.
I knew you were
I know,
lying.
it was gum. I had gum on my shoe.
And you went and cleaned it for
and
no
I cleaned
reason.
it off anyway. And you know what? I didn't even clean it. I just went over there and I just forgot to clean it. So it's still on my shoe. I just remember right now I didn't even clean it all. It's probably still on my shoe right now.
This is the most annoying part. Is I walked in, Andrew's sitting in the chair, like just fucking on his phone, just texting away with the worst posture of all time, looking like a fucking candy cane. And I walked in and I was like, "Hey, Andrew, there's shit on my shoe. I just stepped in shit, and now it's all over my shoe, and it's from your dog that you bring in this studio."
And what did you want? Do you want me to hold your fucking hand?
And I looked over. I said, "Andrew, there's shit all over my shoe," and you looked up and you were like, "Whoa, that's really weird." And then you went back to texting immediately.
What do you want me to do, Mark? You want me to untie your shoe for you?
Clean it up.
I'm not gonna clean up. You just stepped all over it.
If I step in your dog's shit, you have to clean the shit up. That's the rule.
Technically,
That
I
is the
did.
rule.
I did clean up the mess you made.
What mess?
The shit was lying delicately on top of the carpet.
Yeah, it's the first step into the studio.
Okay, it was your second step.
I started to like this dog.
Okay, look.
This dog did that shit intentionally.
Perfectly.
It was a
The
booby trap.
carpet is there not for you. It's there for the bikes, Mark. You found a way to like stuff your foot underneath one of the tires of the bike. You stepped on that shit on purpose.
I would never.
Yes. How many times have you stepped on the fucking carpet walking into the studio?
I don't.
Absolutely none.
It's
How many
not in
times have
front
you
of the
stepped on the
door.
carpet walking in the studio? Don't be a contrarian. Be honest.
I be stepping on that shit.
Thank you, Akaash.
God, you don't
Thank
understand
you.
ganging up at all.
I be
bro.
stepping on that shit.
You had no friends growing up.
He
How the
does
fuck
understand.
you understand?
He does understand
What
ganging
is
up.
this?
We're putting you in the spin
What
cycle
What
right
the
now.
fuck is
I
this,
be-
bro? We had them set up.
Nah.
It was like literally the pool
I be sta-
basketball where you throw and then you
Nah.
throw, and this fucking goofball over here.
I be
had
sta- I be
Now
standing
I
on
wish
that
he
bro.
took his pair of Timbs and stepped in that fucking shit with that.
Exactly,
So you already
dude.
So
did.
you would
Make them
never
shits
desecrate
better.
such a beautiful shoe.
That's the only thing that make your
You would never desecrate such a beautiful shoe, such a perfect shoe.
Point is, don't be a fucking idiot, Mark. Look where you're walking.
How are you gonna bring a dog in the studio and make people step in shit?
Son, I've never seen Mark hate anything so much in my life.
Mark has
As soon as I saw him, did I bust out laughing as soon as I saw your face? I've never
Yes.
seen Mark so
Look at the
hateful in
bottom
my
of these.
life.
Look at the bottom of these. Ain't no shit at the bottom of those shoes.
Because you cleaned it.
I didn't clean it. I brought it in there and I sat down to take a shit and I forgot about it. and then I just took it back. That's what happened, bro. Come on, bro.
Watch.
This guy's on fuck. This guy's about to crack, yo.
Watch where Cookie shit's next. Just watch.
No, she took her shit for the day.
It'd be
It's all over your shoe. Yo, she set you up.
She did.
She fucking set your
Yeah,
ass up.
she
Who
might
came
hate
first,
you.
Akaash or Mark?
Mark.
Mark came first. She knew exactly who was in the studio. And
She don't seem
shit.
to like you.
She
That's the
doesn't.
thing. That's a fact.
I have noticed that.
Every time I'm on that couch, you be trying to get up. Cute. Hey.
Yeah.
You, she don't give a fuck
They
about.
send-
Literally
sense energy.
before you walked in, she laid a fat shit on the ground. She did. And she did not do that with everybody else.
Hey, can we say one thing?
That's
Let me
within
say.
like minutes.
Within minutes,
'Cause
bro.
you just got.
I just got here. It could be seconds.
Hey, I'm trying to be fair for real. Mark, though, you can't criticize a dog for smelling. Dog can't bathe himself.
But who can you criticize for the dog smelling?
My girl.
You.
My girl need to watch that little son of a bitch. Okay? What am I supposed to do? Take it to work every day and wash it?
That is true. I don't be washing our dog.
Also,
That's my
how
girl.
often you gotta wash the dog?
Once a week.
What?
Once a week.
If you got that kind of
You're not
dog.
washing the dog more than me. That's you fucking out of your mind. That seems crazy.
Once a week?
That's too
You got
much.
that kind of dog? Because they don't shed.
Nah, B.
Yeah, they
I'm
don't
walking.
shed.
I'm washing it. This is
I'm
monthly.
like thinking about
maybe.
that. I think maybe I was doing dog abuse because I watched that motherfucker like 3 times a week. Was that too much?
3 times
Yeah,
a week?
Yeah, that's why you hated your dog,
dude,
yo.
that's too much, bro.
Washing him like
I
a fucking
thought it's
newborn.
not like a human.
Retard.
Like a mark
bro.
human.
Nah, bro, you can't wash a dog that much.
I didn't have a dog for a long time, and I found a beautiful family for it. So please, nobody call the cops on me. But
So you give a dog up for adoption. I see how it is. I see how it is, Al.
Oh my
I see
God.
how it is, Al.
nah, beautiful cocker spaniel.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to pay some bills for a second. Guys, stop having those horrible mornings after a night out drinking. That can stop immediately. No days wasted. You don't need to waste days, okay? You got all these toxins built up in your body. You need to break them down before you wake up the next day. You got to break them down during it. And what's going to help you break them things down? That DHM detox. That's right, okay? Pills, convenient little package. Pop a couple after you have a couple drinks. Give them to your friends. I'm telling you, it is amazing. No days wasted. You do not feel horrible the next day. You go to nodayswasted.co, okay? Nodayswasted.co.
/flagrant. No
Slash
days
flagrant.
wasted.co/flagrant and use promo code flagrant at checkout and you'll get 20% off plus free shipping. You have nothing to lose. Also, if you're not fully satisfied, send it back to them. Let them know you'll get your money back.
That's it. Simple as that. You got nothing to lose here, okay? If the day is wasted, you send it back to them and you get your money back.
I just read it again. You don't even have to send it back to them. Just email them.
Oh,
it's
wow.
the easiest shit in the world.
Wow, you get it back. All right, so go do that right now. Let's get back to the show. All right, we back. Look, let's talk about some shit that we know nothing about, but it will make sense.
Let's go.
The stock market being lit,
Yep.
even though there is potential impending doom for the economy.
Right.
Because usually the stock market is an indicator of the future.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like people are making guesses on the future.
Yeah.
So you would think motherfuckers are like, let me not invest in this shit. If the future of the economy looks grim, I'm not putting any money in here. Why the fuck is it lit? Robbie,
Yep.
who works on the monologues with Mark and myself, had an interesting point. He said something like, and I gotta, maybe Mark, you could check out some facts on this while we say it. He said something like 90% of the wealth in the stock market is controlled by 1% of the population or 10% of the population. I'm not getting these exact numbers right?
All feelings, no facts.
Oh, this is all feelings, no facts. But an absurd majority of the money in the stock market is controlled by an absurd minority of the people investing.
Right.
Therefore, those people are not as affected by the pandemic. They still have money to invest. Those are not the people that lost their job at, well, not UPS because that shit is booming right now. Everybody needs shit delivered. But lost their job at a restaurant or they lost their job at the bowling alley or these things that have to be closed now. So since those people are the ones that are liquid already, they haven't felt the catastrophic effects of the economy changing. They can still take that money and invest.
Trying to poke a hole.
Please, yeah.
If you are those rich people, I remember Patrice thing that legit changed the way I look at money. He said, if you're like, you really understand money, when bad shit is happening, you're getting like, your dick is getting hard.
Hell
He said,
yeah.
there's people who saw like the earthquakes in Haiti and they were just like jerking off. To that point, if you're those guys, you're not buying right now because the stock market's about to dip. Let me wait till it dips and then let me buy. Bad shit is here.
Well, it did dip once.
It dipped, but it still seems like the real recession hasn't started.
Yeah, but it did dip once.
Yeah.
What happened when it dipped?
It went back up.
No, but you got in.
I bought in.
So if you are the layman's investor, you know the fucking banks are all about it.
Yeah.
What I would presume that they're making investments to protect themselves for the potential dip of the economy. But it is interesting, and I think it is dependent on who has the money.
This could even fit your theory because the theory I was told that I believe was after the election, the shit is going to get real.
Right.
I think they said they think Trump is trying to keep things inflated so it looks good. And then after the election, real numbers start coming out.
Yeah.
Or it could also be if Trump loses the election, the rich people are going to be like, all right, well, we're about to get taxed more. So let's not buy up so many stocks. Let's start figuring out different ways to maneuver. Right now, shit is good. So the stock market's elevated. We got more to put in.
Yeah, it could be. It's just interesting, like, because of the lack of middle class people investing in the stock market, it's become this like utility of the wealthy.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make this episode some like let's consume the rich shit. Like it's stupid. I'm just saying, if it is, it's not an accurate reflection of the people.
Right.
It's an accurate reflection of how rich people are doing. And there are a lot of rich people that made a lot of money during this recession.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at billionaires, they came up.
Money. Yeah.
Right? Bezos came up. Gates came up.
Yeah, people judge them, but I'm telling you, there's a thing that when shit is all falling apart, there's also a ton of opportunity. And if you get that, that's a big thing to get.
We're an example of that.
Yep.
We came up.
Yep.
Right? Like, our podcast has grown 4 times during this pandemic.
You just got to be a little bold. At the height of Corona panic, you and I talked, and we're like, what do you want to do? And basically, we're just like, look, if you get that shit, we get that shit. But we're meeting in person because there's opportunity here. Let's grow.
No, I don't know. I mean, I like those situations where everybody's, assholes are tight. I think that is, for me, I thrive in those kind of environments. I know a lot of people, the pandemic came, they're like, I'm going to go back to my family's fucking ranch and then chill out in my family's ranch for a few months. And it's like, oh, you don't want this.
Yeah.
This is game time.
Yeah.
This should have been go time. The second this shit hit and you realize, oh, nobody's going to be doing content, or they're going to be doing these whack-ass Zoom calls and all that kind of stuff, you should have been buckled down.
Yep.
Like, literally, I don't know if we told the people this, when they were about to, like, remember they were thinking about, like, shutting down each borough? I almost rented a place in Brooklyn so that I could get here on the bike, right? I was talking to like different like news journalists and shit to see if I could get us like these journalist passes, and then we could go wherever we wanted in the city. Like, you gotta make time for this shit.
Yep.
It's gotta go, and it's worked out.
Yep.
So yeah, there's opportunities to thrive, man. There's opportunities to thrive in this shit. It's easy to sit back and go, woe is me. The government isn't giving me enough money. How can I be better? It's like, what does that do? How does that ever work for anybody?
I don't know. We always lose this lesson, but after I almost went broke, I realized you save money when times are good so that when the rainy day comes, you make that shit rain. You start putting money in everything. Yeah. Now you can really build what you got.
Have you ever heard that theory that like self-pity is just the other side of narcissism?
Okay, go.
So basically, like, self-pity is, like, narcissism obviously would be this idea that, like, oh, I'm so self-important, everything's about me, always thinking about me.
Self-pity
is just the opposite manifestation of that. It's like, oh, like, the world is conspiring against me, I'm so important, and my life is so valuable. That me feeling bad for myself is the only thing that I can do because the whole world is trying to make me feel bad.
Yeah, so if you're going to think about yourself, you might as well do it in a positive way. If you're going to make the whole world about you, you might as well do it in a positive way. You might as well be like, okay, the whole world is conspired to put me in this situation where I can help, make my podcast blow the fuck up or make my content sell. Or it's like, there's a lot of people killing it right now. There's an opportunity for you to fucking kill it right now.
Yep.
I don't know why people don't see this. There's no competition. All the competition is chilling in a fucking ranch.
I never heard the saying, fortune favors the safe. Safe and sound steady. I never heard that.
It's true.
Yo, go be
And
great right now.
It's not to act like we haven't like gotten fucked or like lost money or these kind of things. Like, yeah, of course. There are people that lost, all of us. But
this guy's special taping got pushed a year.
Yeah. You know
I was finally starting to sell out shows consistently, and then Corona hits.
Boom. So, you'll be good when it comes out.
How do you feel about people who are upset the government is slowly like giving them less money?
I mean, I understand. That's a good question, Al. I understand the people that go, you're telling me I got to shut down my business and you're not going to give me any money? Like, let me at least try to make my business compliant. Like in New York, in Long Island, Governor Cuomo shut down outdoor events that were socially distanced with masks. What the fuck do you want from us, bro?
Yeah.
It's like we're complying with everything.
Yeah.
And you're still going to shut it down? You got to let these people make a living. You got to let them try. If you give them the rules and they find a way to operate around your rules, Let them give it a fucking try.
Yeah.
What about the complaint? Some people say that there are some people that are making more money from the money the government was giving and unemployment.
So be it. No system's going to be perfect. And there are a lot of people making more money, right? And so be it. Then I mean, it is impossible to like carve out the exact amount of money that every single person should get based on how much they've like. You have to just kind of do this blanket thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Kind of understand that you don't want to just give too much money away, print too much money, because then inflation could get crazy. I guess I'm not an economist, but I also like. Listen, let's be honest. There was like $1 trillion+ bank bailout 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That's like $4,000 for every human being in America, man, woman, child. So like, we're doing it a little bit differently. Maybe it's costing a little bit more, but we've done this before.
Yeah.
We've printed money to give people before, and now we're just giving it to people.
My concern with the businesses is just like, if you tell them the rules and they find a way to operate around the rules, don't continue to shut them down.
Yeah.
You know, especially when cases are super low. Like just let them fucking try. That's what I don't like. When you just snip their feathers so they can't even fly. Like, let them fucking try. If you say you got to be outside, you say you have to be 6 feet apart, you say you have to have all these screens up, just give us all the rules. Then let me find a way to win with those rules. I'll find a way to win. But every time I try to find a way to win, you shut down again. Now I'm pissed off at the government. Because now it seems like you're not even going to try.
And you cutting the funding.
And you're going to cut funding? You're going to literally throw my life's work away? It's not me, but I imagine it's a restaurant or something like that. You're going to throw my life's work away? Yeah, for something I'm complying with, and then when there's a protest, and don't get me wrong, we support the protest, but when there's a protest, you're like, oh no, people should be able to peacefully protest because you want their votes. Mm-hmm. Like that is where you have to understand the business owner is upset.
They should be able to protest, and I should be able to conduct businesses as per fitting your rules or whatever, as fit your old rules when the pandemic was crazier.
Yeah, man. That shit is just corny, and I understand you're doing it to like save people, etc. But like, are you really, bro?
That would be their argument.
That would be their argument.
Trying to get reelected.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to get reelected. So they're like, okay, we got to keep numbers down in every way possible so that I can get reelected. Mm-hmm. And maybe I don't care about those small business owners that are probably going to vote Republican because they appreciate the Republican tax incentives way more than Democratic ones. So I'm already not getting their vote. So fuck their business. I literally think that's what it is. Where the Black Lives Matter protests are like, no, I need them to support me because I'm a liberal governor, I'm a liberal mayor, I'm whatever it is. I need them to support. So whatever they want to do, we'll allow that, and that's totally okay. I would imagine there are way less rules on small businesses in Republican governed states.
Oh, there are.
Is that true?
What do you mean?
In terms of like businesses operating, restaurants having outdoor seating.
Texas opened up so fast. That's why cases spiked in a lot of those states. But there is a happy medium. I thought the way New York handled it for a long time was really good. Now, though, as cases are really low, you can open things up slowly. I don't think you don't need to be Arizona and let everybody in.
That's the thing I'm saying. It's like they closed out Governor's Island when they were doing, not Governor's Comedy Club on Long Island, when they were doing, for Tim Dillon's show, when they were doing outdoor socially distanced seating. We just did that exact same show in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's the one rule I don't understand. But they are slowly opening stuff. Like gyms are supposed to be open next week.
Good.
So it's like they're slowly opening stuff again. It's just maybe there's something they realize that, with these outdoor situations, it's still, if it's tented and people are still too close. Like, I'm sure there's a reason why they just been
of course there's a reason
all
why.
Of a sudden we can't do that.
I just think that reason is manipulated by politics. And
I don't even think he's just trying to get reelected. I think Cuomo got his eyes on the White House in 2024.
Yeah, 100%.
So this is not even, this is like, I'm the hard nose, whatever he's trying to present himself as in 2024. These are the things he's putting in place now.
Yeah, and trust me, I'm really not arguing for their side. I can just see their motive behind it because it's like, hey, if I'm doing this for re-election, I'm also doing this to save lives.
I don't know that, because I feel like there's other things you could have done to save lives.
No, but I mean like the strict.
So why don't you think that? Why do you think they're totally cool with all the protests?
Because that would impinge on people's, right to protest or whatever. So it's like that.
You could very easily say comedy show is freedom of expression.
You could also say you have the freedom to make a living, and you're removing their right to make a living.
I understand. Then they say, and we're supplementing your income with.
And you're not doing enough.
Yeah,
now you're reducing it.
Yeah. Do you think that like the conservative governors in places like Florida or Texas are also just trying to get reelected by keeping businesses
I
open?
think they're just as hypocritical.
Everybody panders to their fan base.
So sorry, go.
No, I just imagine that in Florida, a lot of the business owners are probably more happy than they are maybe up here.
100%.
yeah.
They're like, I'm still making money. I'm still open. Like,
I think that Cuomo's like, I'm okay if some black people die or some white people die or whoever's going to Black Lives Matter protests die or their grandparents die, just as so the majority of those people at those protests vote for me.
Are happy with me.
And are happy with me. And I think that the governor of Florida is like, I'm okay with some restaurant goers die or their grandparents die or some small business owners die, just so that the majority of the people there will vote for me. And I think, honestly, it sounds sociopathic to think of, and it probably is, but that is the type of decision that you have to make as a governor. Every decision you make,
you got to be a little sociopathic.
Yeah.
I also think, this is probably, I haven't thought this through enough, but like, I don't like re-electing officials. I don't think they should have that option. You get 6 years, 8 years, whatever you want, but you get your one term, so you don't spend the whole term just trying to get re-elected. Because that's all they do the entire time in office.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys vote, let me make them happy. These guys vote, let me make them happy.
You could argue, though, that there's like an efficiency there's an efficiency problem with that. Like, and they say that sometimes with like the American workflow, which is like the second you get good at your job, you're promoted.
Yeah.
And now the person that replaces you isn't as good as you were at your
That's
job.
why I would be in favor of extending it from 4 years to 6 or 8 or whatever. Give them 8. I don't care.
It almost like fits the caste system perfectly. It's like, well, yeah, you just stay there and you do that thing and you get amazing at that thing and then it will be the most efficient. And then these people will do this thing and they'll get amazing at that thing and they'll be the most efficient.
Nah, I like the way you tried to make me feel that shit by bringing the caste system, and I wanted to be on board real bad.
Well, I mean, it was the British idea. It was our idea. We thought we'd try it out with you guys, you know. But no, you understand what I'm saying. So like, some people might argue. I completely understand. Like, especially these fucking congressmen that have 2 year what is it called? 2 year terms.
Yeah.
And they spend the entire 2 years just trying to get reelected. It's like you're not going to do any
campaigning
work
the
at
whole
all.
time.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, like, there is something to say, okay, you did 4 years, you understand how the system works, you understand government, you've built up these relationships, maybe you can get more done in your second term. Who knows?
I think the idea is that way you're always kind of trying to prove yourself, and then you can get reelected. But the flaw in that to me is most people don't vote, so those guys just prove themselves to the one who do. But if you just had your one term, I want you to have a vision and see that vision through. Let's see what you got.
I feel you, man. I feel as far as businesses go, it's like, yo, you got to decide what the fuck the rules are. If we can't be inside, fine. But let businesses figure out how to operate within the rules.
Yeah.
And if you keep on removing their ability to function and their ability to operate, they have every right to be absolutely furious with you. Because it seems like an attack on them and their livelihood and their families.
Particularly with live performance, that's such a part of New York. Like, that's a thing people move here for, is to be a jazz musician, a stand-up comic. Like, this is a part of the economy that exists here and really only here, but like, that's a draw for your city. You can't shut that shit down.
I don't understand. There's literally a person with a microphone yelling things into it as people outside watch and support. Did I just describe a protest or a comedy show? It's the same.
Well, like, are they socially distanced? Because if they're not socially distanced, it's a protest.
Then it's a protest. If they're socially distanced, then it's a comedy show. It's actually potentially safer. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Maybe not as important, but safer.
It isn't as important.
Yeah.
It's comedy. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it is undeniably safer. And if these rules are to keep people safe, not to get people reelected, then you should allow it to happen. Am I being absurd here?
No.
I mean, you just say that, oh, well, comedy shows aren't essential. Protests are an essential thing.
Yeah.
And so we're just cutting out all the non-essential stuff. Anything non-essential, we're going to criticize. Everything essential will sort of...
I guess. All right, so then stop serving alcohol. That's not essential.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're keeping liquor stores open and shit. They're like, oh, we don't want homeless people OD, and it's like, shut up. No, you have the liquor lobby that bullies the fuck out of you, so you used to keep it open. It's like, that's what I'm saying. There's tons of shit that is not essential that's still open, right? The croissant shop is not essential. Getting a croissant, that's an essential business. A cronut. I got a cronut the other day. That's essential?
Shit slapped though, didn't it?
That shit did slap. It's literally all is built up to be. What's the name of it? Don Ansel or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
No, it was fire. It was absolutely fire. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second so you can get some delicious cereal in your life. Stop messing with all those cereals. They got all that sugar. They got all that bullshit. Okay, have your kids all hyped up before they get homeschooled. I don't even know if they're going to school. I don't know what the situation with your kids is or your life. What you need to do is get a little bit more healthy, okay? You need to get some nutrients in your body, but you don't got to stop eating cereal. You want to have lettuce for breakfast. You got to have something absolutely delicious. So you're going to have that magic spoon. Okay, Magic Spoon, we're telling you, 4 delicious flavors taste even better than the same cereals we all grew up eating. Okay, you got that frosted, you got that cocoa, you got that fruity, and you got that blueberry.
They added flavors. They got a peanut butter one now. They got a honey one.
Will you get off the couch? Actually, you could do it from the couch. Just order that Magic Spoon. All you got to do is go to magicspoon.com/flagrant. You get that variety pack. You try it today. Use our promo code flagrant at checkout. You're going to get free shipping. Free shipping. Now, here's the other thing. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed by 100% happiness guarantee. If you're not happy, they will give you your money back. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. You either have the most delicious cereal that you've ever had in your life that's actually good for you, or you get your money back. There is nothing to lose. Do it. Let's go back to the show. Yo, look, let's just do some feelings, no facts. Because I feel like a lot of this episode was feelings, no facts.
Yeah.
You know, all feelings, no facts. But I don't know if we specifically hit all feelings, no facts. Why don't you just throw us some topics out that we didn't hit yet, and then we'll do all feelings, no facts. But please do not mention anything with Meg or Tory or any of that boring shit.
All right, bang. Major wildfires in Northern California. How do you?
Everything's been burning for years,
son,
bro.
that shit happens every year. Who cares?
I'm starting to really be concerned because when I was in Aspen, shit was burning. This was interesting about media. Is like, remember when Australia was on fire?
Yeah.
Did it go out?
I guess so. Yeah, it had to.
Right? Like, what? Remember when the Amazon was on fire?
Nah, I didn't even hear about that.
But
Amazon was on fire, right? Did it go out?
People said they did that shit intentionally, though.
People said the media said that they were manipulated. Even Brazilian media. This guy was like a representative for the Brazilian president. Is like, yeah, there's fires all the time in Amazon. This is a normal thing. Like, stop. I think all the like G8 countries came together and they donated $10 million. $10 million for an entire country. And the president of Brazil was like, keep your fucking money. We never asked for your shit. So I don't even really understand what fires are. And I have a sneaking suspicion that not only are fires quite normal, it's just what the media plays into when there's nothing else going on. As long as black people aren't getting shot, there's fire. The second black people get shot, fires don't matter. I really think that. That's the problem with Australia. Y'all don't got enough black people. Y'all killed all your black people, and then now you got to talk about fires.
I think this shit happens every August in California.
Yeah.
Every August, there's fires. I'm done.
It's just, I think, as of lately, they've started to get out of control a little bit more.
Last year was the craziest fire ever. If it ain't that
whole
crazy.
Giraffe burn. Whitney was out there trying to save a fucking giraffe. You don't see that shit? First of all, if you're a giraffe, you don't see them fires coming. That's on you. You should have been out, right? I don't know about these fires, bro. Like, should shit not catch fire? How'd we find out about fire? Because shit catches fire.
Yeah.
Right? Like, also, put it out.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Right,
can't argue with that.
Yo, like, what's taking so long? You're right by the water. I understand if Arizona catches on fire, that's a little bit difficult. There's no water around.
Yeah.
If California catches on fire and y'all can't figure out a way to get all that water right there onto the fire.
You do have every year to plan for this.
Son,
you have 11 months a year to be like, yo, this shit is coming. How do we get ready?
You just take the hose and put it there.
Yeah.
More hoses?
Yeah.
Why is this so difficult to turn off the fucking fires, guys?
Open up the fucking fire hydrant.
Long ass hose from the ocean. Just pull on it from one side and get that shit going.
And then boom, done.
Yeah.
That shit rocking.
And everybody, they got helicopters and planes dropping. No. Hose.
Oh, maybe you got a plane drop a big ass water balloon right on the top
You don't
of
even
that
need
bitch.
You're getting too extra. Just a hose.
Just
a hose.
Yo, you need a lot of hoses though.
Get a lot of hoses.
Sprinkler system.
Put a sprinkler.
Why isn't there a sprinkler system in the forest?
Bro, it's the same fire every year, right? It's not a different area the fires come from. Same fire every year. That shit needs a little bit more water.
It's the same fire.
It's the same fire every year.
I think it's the same fire.
I think it's the same fire every year, bro. I think it literally starts in the same place every year.
Son.
That's what y'all get. California. Can't smoke cigarettes nowhere. Gotta walk damn near into the forest to smoke a cigarette and then the whole shit is on fire.
This Republican National Convention. They said a few of the people look cocained up.
Who cares?
Probably. Good for them.
Yo, anybody who watches any of the national conventions is a fucking dork. It's a pep rally. You gonna watch a pep rally?
You wouldn't know nothing about cocaine, you loser.
Yeah.
Whoever's watching it, you wouldn't know what the fuck that is. Come on. And let them get fucking riled up. Who cares? I just love that like both sides are trying to get the Benedict Arnolds of each party.
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat, but I'm here for the Republicans. I'm a Republican, but I'm here for the Democrats.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, get all this shit out of here. Let's go.
Luca hitting that game winner.
He's gonna be one of the greatest players of all time, and I'm not even just saying that because I'm a Mavs fan. It's so fucking ill we got this guy.
It's a little early to say.
Nah, he's gonna be one of the, if barring injury, he's gonna be one of the greatest players of all time.
We're gonna see.
No, we seeing.
I want it to be true.
That's my white boy.
I don't know.
That's my white boy.
I want it to be true because I know it's pissing off motherfuckers right now.
Oh,
it's driving them crazy.
Driving them fucking
It's driving
crazy.
them fucking
Watching game 3 where they sprained his ankle, they were like trying to rough him up and calling him white boy is like, yo, you're not gonna get to this guy. He is from hell. Whatever hood you're from, he looks at that shit like it's comfy.
This is what it feels like to have like Serena Williams on your team.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I
You know,
said
like
this.
how black people are like, oh, it's sick. I just
Nah,
get to
fuck
watch.
that. He is white Barack, yo.
So this is
He
like
is changed.
Tiger Woods, Serena, all of
Barack.
football, all of basketball.
Barack.
Yeah.
Barack. Hope. Change.
Yeah.
Bruh. Both from rough backgrounds. You know what I mean? Luca probably didn't have any letters from his father to go off of. That motherfucker just out here doing it.
Yeah.
Barack's not from a rough background. I grew up in Hawaii.
He didn't have no dad, is what I was going off of.
Boo-hoo. Like, how great is America that, like, if you don't have a dad, it's, like, so tragic. Do you know what I mean? Like, half the world, their dad gets, like, killed by a fucking lion. Right? Like, what's the big deal about this, right?
Yo, I don't know. I'm just saying you're not getting the Luca is all I'm saying. That's white Barack.
All right, what else?
Batman trailer. You guys saw it?
Yeah.
Fire.
I think it looked pretty cool, man.
Fire.
I think it looked pretty cool. That guy, Edward, whatever his name, what's his name?
Snowden?
No.
What?
Isn't it? What is
Isn't
the
that the
actor's
guy?
name?
That's Twilight?
I was thinking Scissorhands, bro. I'm glad you said that shit.
No, what is the guy's name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson.
Oh yeah.
Twilight.
He's having a little moment because he's also in that movie Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan
Is
joint.
that good?
I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. He don't flop. He don't fail. Like, he does not fail.
And they're releasing it though?
I don't know what's going on with that. I really do
Because
not
I saw
know.
they were playing it in some drive-ins, only in places where theaters weren't available or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one to make money off of. But I would pay, I'd do the rental shit for that for sure.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan is that.
Son, I might buy a bigger TV for that. Fuck it.
It might
Let's go.
happen.
All right, here's the last one. Kellyanne Conway. You heard about this? Her family.
This is lit.
Yo, this is
So Kellyanne
Fun.
Conway is that bitch that works for the president. I don't even know what she does.
worked for the president. Advisor. She's like senior advisor.
All right, so she's an advisor. Her husband works for the Lincoln, I think started the Lincoln Project, right? Which is this super anti-Trump thing.
Yeah.
And their
Anti-Trump
daughter.
Republicans.
Oh, it's anti-Trump Republicans.
Anti-Trump Republicans.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So their daughter is just like wilding on social media.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that like you have these two, this one family, and there have been families that are like diverse in terms of their political leanings. Like there's that guy, I forget his name, Jim Clyburn, is that his name? He looks like Red Skull.
Okay.
He's got like a southern accent, and he always talks about like democratic, like strategist shit.
Oh, yeah. The Cajun dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget his exact name.
He's an old school, I remember.
Old school guy. He's a Democrat. Wife's a Republican, and then they have this relationship. Everything's fine. What's interesting about this family is they just collecting checks, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can see that motherfuckers just collecting. Kellyanne Conway's collecting that Trump check, and her fucking husband. They both have no morals, no values. Just
Yep.
where's the money at? And the husband's like, oh, we can make money on the other side. All these Republicans.
Yep.
Okay, go get that money. And then the daughter is outing them.
Yep.
So then they both had to stop getting that bread. And I kind of respect it.
Yo, 100%.
I respect the mother for leaving the White House. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think she's doing it straight for her daughter, but she didn't have to announce that she's leaving the White
Oh, no,
House.
she's doing it for the White House. The White House said, be gone, thought. You can't control your little bitch ass daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
I thought
this is
she-
my assumption.
Oh, okay.
All facts. I mean, all feelings, no
Yeah.
facts. But like, I guarantee it's like, yo, we can't have all this smoke going into the election. Like, your fucking stupid daughter is tweeting. You know, like, Trump is like, listen, my wife hates me. She won't even hold my fucking hand, but at least I keep this bitch's mouth shut. You got your daughter just yapping away, right?
Yeah.
Also, Melania, hold his fucking hand, bitch. Like, that should be pissing me off. He saved you. Your country don't even have electricity, okay? You could be roasting your ass off in the summer and whatever fucking...
Russian?
Whatever Luca Doncic is, probably. One of them fucking fake Russian countries. Point is, you got saved. You got to put 8 years in a stupid relationship for the public, and then you get to do whatever you want for the rest of your life.
Not only that, after he's not in office, I'm sure she can make money by divorcing him and writing a tell-all book about how awful it was.
Just put the 8 years in. He's not even at home. He's golfing or he's doing some president shit.
It's a bid, and you could do bids in a lot worse places than the White House.
Hold your fucking husband's hand,
I feel like
piece of shit.
He's probably doing that thing he does to other presidents where he says, who's boss, and squeezing the hand the whole time.
He just squeezes too hard. Yeah. That's funny. His little ass hands just pinching, biting away at her.
Fuck.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Look, I just feel like you got to put some respect. You got to have some respect, bro. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to go through all these other photo ops. You're going to speak, and all these other different. I'm sure she's going to speak at the Republican National Convention. You're going to do all this other shit. You can't hold his hand walking down from the fucking plane. You're going to do it, and you know it's going to make news.
I think she actually is already planning her book and her divorce and her escape.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why she's doing these little things now. Like, I couldn't even hold his hand. You guys know I was silenced, blah, blah, blah. And then that book in a cell going to fly off the fucking shelves. Left-wing people going to jerk off on page 9.
Son,
that might be enough for me to vote for Trump, just to put her through that torture for another 4 years. That might be enough. Like, I wasn't before I heard that, but now the fact that she's trying to, like, get over... After he saved her from her fucking Yegzamish country. Do you know what I mean? A bunch of Borats and fucking goats walking around her neighborhood, and he plucked her out of that shit. Come on, bro.
Yegzamish sounds like breakfast at a Jewish spot. Yegzamish. There's some Yegzamish.
Anyway, look, guys, that's been another episode of Flagrant 2. Is there anything else we need to tell the people before we get out of here?
Nah, I got a show.
Oh, shit. Tell them about it.
September 4th in Royersford, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's the Soul Joel Comedy Festival, I believe. I'm headlining, but it's an outdoor amphitheater. They're not shutting it down like pussies. So come out there September 4th. Tickets available on my website.
Go get tickets, AkashSingh.com. Also, we will be here Friday. Patreon.com/Flagrant2, biggest comedy Patreon in the world. Not bragging, but we are. Maybe that's just a fact. That's no feelings right there. There's no hard feelings in none of the other comedy Patrons. We're just the biggest one in the whole fucking world. Go find out why. Completely uncensored, unfiltered recklessness.
You get a second episode every week.
Every Friday we're dropping, so we will see you there. We love you. We appreciate you. Peace.